Hey everyone, as always, Dylan Miller Prospecting. And as you can see, it is Paydirt review time. And again, I am going to be reviewing something from Lynch Mining, this being the Gizmos Supremo XL jar. And this will be the last video in my series where I am re-reviewing some of my top ROI sellers ever, and this being one of them with the Gizmos Supremo XL. So let's get to it. This is guaranteed to have at least 2 grams of gold in it. It's got a pretty good description, which I'll flash up here. And now let's weigh it up. Now in the description, as you saw, they do not state a weight on the Gizmos Supremo XL jar, but just out of curiosity, I am going to weigh it up. 1 pound, 11.8 ounces, and I will also weigh it up. Just the dirt, just to see, just out of curiosity. So let's see how much just the dirt weighs. There you go. 1 pound, 9.6 ounces. And I guess not much more to do other than to classify this down and let y'all listen to some music. Okay, finished classifying everything down, and as you can see, probably steps down to about here, then again steps down, with the majority of the material being in the -20 plus 40, and then after that maybe the -40. And last time I got the majority of my gold in this classification when I just did the Gizmos Supremo jar last week. So I'm guessing probably the majority of my gold again will be in this classification as well as in the plus 10, because I did see a lot of gold in the plus 10, as well as another Apache tier, which now this is 2 jars in a row. I've gotten an Apache tier, which is something I've never gotten out of any of their Gizmos bags, even though it's listed as one of the things. I will put a black light on, a UV light on this just to see if there's any rubies. I didn't see any when I was classifying it. And if there are, they'd be really small and not worth anything. And before I go through this, though, I will say one more thing. I know the Gizmos Supremo XL bags are usually the ones where people find 1/2 gram and 1 gram nuggets and things like that. In fact, most of the reviews I've ever seen that aren't mine that do a Gizmos Supremo XL, they find a 1 gram or better nugget. And I've never found one. The only time I've ever gotten an over 1 gram nugget from Lynch Mining has been in specialty buckets I either had made for my wife or my wife had made for me. And those were kind of biased just because they knew they were for one of us and, you know, they threw in something extra. But in the ones that I've had people purchase for me, I've never had the luck of finding a 1 gram nugget. Now, the reason I am saying all this is because I was complaining in my last video how I never found an Apache tier, and now that's 2 bags in a row. So I'm just trying to put my mojo on all this so I can maybe find that 1 gram nugget I've been hoping for. But let's do the black sands. This material looks just like all typical Lynch Mining Paydirt pretty much, and it does have a nice bit of magnetics, which will make the final cleanup much easier if you're using a magnet. So again, does have some magnetite. Well, all right, I'm gonna go pan this out and hopefully find some good gold, including a plus 1 gram nugget. So be right back. Well, finished panning everything out, and I have to say it was very typical Lynch Mining Paydirt, extremely easy to pan out, and the gold is extremely bright and shiny, making it even easier. So let me just show you the gold I did find in the plus 10. A nice couple of little flakes, not really pickers. 8 of them in there. So really happy with that. And also I am really happy that I did my little mojo magic saying I wish I'd find a plus 1 gram nugget. And I did. I found that really big honker right there. Really nice. Well over a gram. I'm going to guess 1.5 grams at least. Really nice. I think the biggest nugget I've ever found to date is right around the 1.5 something. So if it's over that, it will be a new record for me. And it'd be great. And then in the minus 10 plus 20, I found even more gold, but just like in the Gizmos Supremo, not very much. Only 5 little bitty pieces. So, I was hoping for more in there, but it kind of seems to be the same theme with the Gizmos Supremo as well as the XL. Not finding very much in the minus 10 plus 20. But then in the minus 20, even more gold. A nice bit of gold, probably about 50 little pieces. So that is pretty much about the same as I got in the Gizmos Supremo, where it went a lot, little, then a lot again. And then in the minus 40, even more gold, but again, not much. Only 2 real little pieces, then 3 tiny little pieces that are probably minus 100. So 5 little pieces. Obviously, they will not budge the scale any, but at least I did find a little something this time. Last time I found 1 little piece that I lost again. But this time I at least found a couple little pieces made worth, don't know if it merely made it worth panning out all that minus 40 material. But let's just weigh it all up to see. So let's do the plus 10 first, but we'll do just the flakes. 0.550, and now let's do this nugget. $2.110. So definitely this is the largest nugget I have found to date. A really, really nice one. So really happy with that. I'm really happy. That's going to go into my son's collection. Or maybe I'll give it away one day. Who knows? But I will save that one. That one I won't sell. In the minus 10 plus 20, 0.15. 0.015, I should say. And then in the minus 20 plus 40, 0.230. I'm just going to add this in because I know it's not going to budge the scale. Then we'll weigh everything up. So I definitely got over the 2 grams I was guaranteed. I got over the 2 grams just in this nugget. So, but how much over? So I almost got 3 grams. 2.895. There we go. Pretty happy with that. I'm really excited just mostly about the big nugget. It's always good to find a really big nugget, especially the biggest one you've ever found. So really happy with that. Can't say enough. I'm really happy. So I'm going to be right back with my ROI and my review. All right. Finished calculating my ROI, writing up my review, and let's get right to it. But before I do, let me show off the gems I did find in this bag. It's probably a little bit more turquoise than I found in the Supremo, and there was a lot of peridot. I just didn't take it all out. I just took out some of the big pieces. And one gnarly looking Apache tear, not as nice as the last one I found, but I did find one. I said I had never found any, and found one in each one of the jars I got. So pretty happy with that. Those will go in my son's collection. But the main reason we're here is for the gold. And I just thought the nugget deserved its own little dime just to show you off just how big it is. But let's get to the numbers. This again was from lynchmining.com. It was the Gizmos Supremo XL jar. And again, the price when I bought this, the jar was cheaper than the bag. And I actually don't think they carry the XL bag anymore. I looked just a little while ago and I couldn't find it. But their website is a little difficult to find some things sometimes. they are pushing the jars more, and the jar was cheaper when I purchased it. That's why I did it. So it was guaranteed 2 grams of gold. Its cost was $128. Shipping was $14.50. Total cost $142.50. Gold I recovered right here, 2.885 grams of gold. Gold spot on the day this was received was $43.72. Means this gold right here is worth $126.13, making my ROI 88.51%, or on my scale, 8.9. So really happy with that. I will take an 88% ROI any day. It wasn't the 100% I got a long time ago when I did Lynch mining, but I don't believe I got 100% the last reviews I did on them as well. But 80%, I'm ecstatic, happy. Found my highest weight nugget yet to date, so pretty happy overall. But for fun factor, I'm actually going down a little bit. And I debated about this for probably 10 minutes, going back and forth in my head. Should I bump it up from a 9 to a 10 because I did find the big nugget? But I ended up going down a little bit, just to an 8, just because there's not enough gold. Well, it's really great to find that 2 gram nugget, and it's great. It's just then there's not really that much left to pan. You know, I only really found 0.75 gram, 3/4 of a gram in the rest of the bag once I picked out that big nugget. So I'm dumping it a little bit, but then I boosted it up a little bit just because it's a 2 gram nugget. So I rounded it out to an 8. So they get an 8 for fun factor. For Paydirt description, they're getting a 10. As I've said multiple times with these gizmos, the gizmos do have good descriptions. For quantity and packaging, they don't state a weight, but it weighed almost 2 pounds, pound and a half worth of Paydirt. And it does come in those really sturdy jars, and they do pack the jars really well when they ship them out. Now for customer service and shipping, I'm giving them a 9. They're getting a 10 for the shipping. $14.50 isn't excessive for shipping this jar out because they did ship it in a medium priority mail box, which cost about $13.50. So they didn't really pad it too much. They do put a lot of padding in those boxes, so I'm okay with the $14.50. But I did deduct 2 points because it took them 5 days to reply to my form letter to them. So customer service and shipping, they're getting a 9. Total score right here for Lynch Mining's Gizmos Supreme XL jar is a 9.2. Really good, and I'm really happy with it. I will say, with a little disclaimer on here though, I know some people have a really hard time with Lynch mining shipping. I know some people, I get lots of complaints from people saying, oh, it's taken me a month to get my Paydirt and this and this and this. And it happens. Lynch mining is probably the biggest seller in Paydirt right now and has been for about the last 2 to 3 years. And typically when they get backlogged, they get very backlogged. And that's why I generally, when I purchase my bags of Paydirt from them, I don't do it during sales. I've noticed a lot of times when you buy their Paydirt with sales, yeah, you might buy this same Paydirt instead of paying $128, you'll pay $118 or $115 and save $15. But I've done a lot of Lynch mining Paydirt where I haven't reviewed it, and generally when I've bought it where it was on sale, I never really got good ROIs. I would get pretty much exactly what I paid for, because no seller is going to sell a bag with $130 worth of Paydirt in it for $100 on sale. They just not. They're going to take a little bit of gold out, and they're not going to put as much gold in there. And also, like I said, these shipping, they get backlogged very, very deep when they do these deep discounts they do, because everyone hoards in and they buy all these bags, especially they'll get a lot of orders for their regular original bags that drop down to $15, and those just take a lot of time to process, and it is what happens. You know, any big company, you're gonna get that one person that has a horrible time, then you get the 10 people that have a great time, and usually the people that have horrible times make the most noise. But I've never had a problem with their shipping. I generally don't order during their specials just because I know that means they're gonna be backlogged. But if you don't mind waiting, it is a great seller. I like Lynch mining. I've never had a bad bag from them except for maybe their 5-pound bags that have no guaranteed gold or nothing about them. But I like the guaranteed bags myself. So that's going to be it for me for right now. I'm going to flash up the score, then give away this 24 karat gold plated dime. So let me flash up the score right here. Now for today's 24 karat gold plated dime winner, it's going to be Jonathan Friend. So Jonathan Friend, make sure you email me so I can send this off to you. And to everyone else, thanks for watching and happy panning.